Hey guys, it's Zack Childress. I'm back, and this is part 3 of our entire Jumpstart into Your Success video training modules, and I'm excited to have you here right now with me on this one. This means you've already come through the first 2, and if you haven't watched the first 2, you really need to. The first one was all about investing in today's market and all about multiple streams of cash flow, and that is a very important video for you to make sure you go back and watch if you haven't watched it. You know, video 2 was all about how to start with no money in this game of real estate, and if you're the type that is like, hey, look, I would rather figure out strategies to know how to do this without putting my own money into deals, then you really need to watch video 2. Now, that takes us to the video we're on today, right now, right? Video 3, which is how to build your business and your real estate business. And this one is all about how to put the right systems in place so that you're not doing all the work, and how to use automation to help you grow faster. See, there's a big understanding, like you can go out and do this and take it the long, slow way, or you can get the right help, you can get the right support, and you can learn how to put systems and processes in place that will allow you to automate a lot of that business aspects, a lot of the day-to-day processes that you don't need to be doing, so that you can actually focus on the growth of your business and allow you to grow that business so that you can start to scale it, you can start to grow it, and actually produce financial rewards a lot faster. And I know if you're like me, you like to get things done fast, right? But I don't want you to make a mistake. Let's get clear on this. So you need the training, you need the support. One of the things I learned a long time ago, with the right support and the willingness not to quit and the advantage of knowing that I'm going to do whatever it takes to stay focused, I can succeed. And the big thing there is the right support. So that's what I want to make sure you understand. Now, before we move forward, I want to tell you a little bit about my mentor, okay? I could have never done this without a direct access to a mentor in my life. And listen, if we go back 16 years ago, yes, I had mentors that helped me. If we go back to just right now, an hour ago, I still have mentors in my life because I understand the ability to have the right support with me and to grow in my business so that I can keep moving forward as we keep growing and we keep reaching new goals and new potentials. And you're going to see the same thing. Your support program, meaning your mentors, the people around you, are a huge part of that success. Now, what I'm wanting to do is transfer knowledge. I am passing on my knowledge and the skill sets I use in my business to our students on a daily basis, not only through this types of training, but through our live events, through my Facebook Live channel. I'm wanting to transfer that knowledge. I want to create ripples, not only in your life, but in all the lives around, not just me, but you as well. Because here's what I know. If I help you reach the success that you need and the success that you want, then you can help others do that as well. So we all need help getting to the next level. I need help getting to the next level in my business all the time, just like you need help getting either started, or maybe you've hit a glass ceiling. Maybe you're only doing 3, 4, or 5 deals a month and you want to know how to get to 10 deals a month. We need that type of support. We need that type of mentoring to help us get to that next level. And here's the other side of it. There should be a plan in place to take you from a tier 1 investor to a tier 2, 3, or even a tier 4 investor. Now, if you're just watching this and you're not sure what the tiers are, that's what we covered in video 1. It's the different levels in which you need to move through the real estate business so that you are working the right tier for where you are, and then how to scale that up to the next level. So let's dig into building your business. So at the end of the day, planning for growth is absolute crucial. If you just come into this with no plan, then the reality is you're not going to get to the next level. So you need to think about where you will be and where you are now and what that's going to look like to get you to where you want to be. You need to be working towards that momentum. And see, momentum is the key to success. I'm going to tell you that right now, okay? Because as you get started and you don't have a support person around you or a mentor around you, the problem with is life gets in your way. and you get off track. You get sidetracked or you get overwhelmed with other things, and you don't have anybody to keep you on track. You don't have anybody to hold you accountable. You don't have anybody to keep making sure that you're building momentum and you're moving forward. And so that's why planning for growth is crucial. And also creating, what are your departments going to look like? And I know what you're saying. Well, Zach, I'm just getting started. I don't have departments. But remember what I said. You need to be planning for growth, or you need to be working on each module yourself first, right? And what are the models in your business? Well, you have an acquisitions department, right? The person who's going to be, bringing on new leads. You're going to have a marketing department, the person doing the marketing. You're going to have a closing department, the person handling the closes. You're going to have a project management department, the people handling the projects that you're doing with rehabs. Now, that could all be you right now. But you need to make sure that we're planning for that growth, that we're laying out what those processes look like. And then you will have a process for growth. And as you build more deals and you close more deals, you'll build more revenue, which means you can start to hire people to fit in and start to take over those processes. And you'll also know what to automate, because as you work through these models yourself and understand what you did to do the marketing, what you did to do the acquisition, what you did to manage the project, what you did to close the deals, you can then start to see how this business can close and what piece inside each one of those could be automated. And I'm going to help you with that today. So let's talk about building your business with systems. Systems are crucial, right? They're going to come, after you get started. A lot of people make a huge mistake because they want to put all their systems in place before they even start. Well, that's just wrong. You need to start. You need to go after that first deal. And then once you get going, you can then start to put some systems in place. And you need to know what to systemize. See, you will never know what to systemize until you start. And then you start looking at what you did through that first deal and what of that did you not need to do. For instance, how do we systemize a lead intake process? Lead intake is crucial to your business. And what are all those lead intakes? From market segmentation, to marketing, to communication, to research and analyzing, to negotiation, to converting. And there's some of those that you're going to have to be in on a daily basis, but some of them you don't. You can automate, like lead process. Some lead process requires you to do outbound dialing. That's really free lead sources, right? We're going after leads on a daily basis. Some lead sources require you to not be involved in it, and you can automate that, like lead exits. Like, how do we, once we take a lead and it doesn't fit our buying criteria, how do we exit out of that lead? As tier one, wholesaling, so that we can build that model of understanding as a lead comes in, what do we do with that lead? And also remember, process will always flow in your office if you're building the business correctly with the right processes in place, okay? So I want to take you to another section of this video, which is next level of business building. And what does that next level look like? It's automating your front end, okay? So if I can get you to pull back and be a business owner and start to automate that front end, like leads from sellers, leads from buyers, we can then start to build a lead machine that's automated through marketing, through direct mail marketing, through automated SEO marketing, through lead gen online marketing, through ad placement. That's next level stuff. But I don't want you to get discouraged, because you don't have to go out and spend all the money to set all that up in the beginning. I just need you getting started. I need you to acknowledge that you need help, and then from there I need you to acknowledge that you need to ask for help, because that's when things start to change. And there's a lot of free ways to get leads, but you'll understand as you start building revenue in your business, that next level is when we start going after automation. That's when we start going after paid advertisement and paid lead sources. And that stuff, you need to set systems up. You need to have lead intake automation in place. Just like automating your processing, right? That's another big one. Analyzing your leads. There needs to be a way to where you can start to bring leads in through automation. And then those leads can be automated as in an analyzations chart, like through some type of, quick form of an Excel validation. Or even automation could be outsourcing, where you have somebody helping you or virtual assistants to help you, run what's called basic numbers, so that you can determine that lead came in, the basic numbers look good, I'm going to move forward with it. Because one of the killers is when you're running numbers on deals that aren't deals. That's a killer, right? Because now you're wasting time. And creating options for your leads, that's another big component of knowing how to scale your business. Because if all you're doing is looking at a lead as if, can I buy it for 60 cents on the dollar? Then the reality is you're only utilizing a small fraction of the leads that you're creating. So you need to have options to be able to take leads down and negotiating your leads. There's a lot of different ways that we can handle negotiations. And you need to get real clear that negotiations with every lead, whether you automate it or you handle it yourself, needs to have a two-step approach. That's the lead intake, right? Communication is the first stage. A lot of people try to negotiate on the very first call, and that it will kill your lead flow. You want to communicate, find out what the seller really wants to do. What is the seller trying to achieve so that you can move into stage two, which is analyzing and researching, so that you can then follow up with negotiations. That's a three-step approach into getting the best deals. So let's continue with next level of your business building. Automating your buyers list. So this is something that you should be doing on a consistent basis, okay? A lot of people will wait until they get a deal before they start trying to find a buyer. And that's absolutely wrong. You should be building your seller lead generation at the same time as you're building your buyer lead generation, so that now you have two lists, a list of sellers and a list of buyers. And especially if you're a wholesaler, the list of buyers is very important. Or if you're a tier 2 creative finance person, or that's the strategy you want to go down, the tenant buyers list is very important. Now, if you're getting into fix and flips, or buy and holds, a lot of times we don't have to build such a big buyers list because our agents or our property management companies handle that. And so when we're automating our buyers list, this goes back to our lead intake, marketing for leads, and capturing them. This is a process that helps us generate lead control. And when I say capture them, we're going to talk about that in a little bit, which is using some type of landing page or opt-in page connected with like a CRM system, like an Aweber, or a constant contact account. So just hear me when I say this. This is taking the business to the next level. But remember, all you need to do is get the first deal done if you're brand new. If you're seasoned and you're watching this right now, this is probably resonating with you because you need some type of process. You need some type of control that doesn't require you to gather all this data yourself on sticky notes and documents and trying to file them away. So now relationship stage is also very crucial. And this is building a strong relationship with either your sellers or your buyers and creating credibility. So when you're looking at how am I bringing them in, when you're scaling, we have to build relationships with buyers and sellers, and that's the beauty of automation. You see, the automation using some type of platform like Aweber or Constant Contact allows us to automate that credibility. It allows us to automate that relationship stage of, communicating and delivering information to them about who we are and what we do as a company and how we can help them, and automating the follow-up touches with them. If they say no now, will they say yes later? So that's part of that relationship stage. The other thing is automating your closing. So when you may be brand new right now and you may say automating my closing, well, listen to me. When you start getting into, closing 1, 2, 3, 4 deals a month, when you realize the time that it requires from you to be engaged in all those closings, it's really taking you away from the core of growing your company, which is making sure your marketing is going correctly, making sure the negotiations are being done, making sure projects are being managed. Closing should not require your time. So you can outsource that, okay? There are what's called closing expert companies that you can hand everything over to. They will deal with the seller, they will deal with buyers, they will deal with your closing attorney or title companies, and they will handle that for you as if they were an employee for you, so that you can hand that off to a specialist and let them make sure the closing is being done while you stay focused on growing your business. Now, I want to also talk to you about, and I know we're only on here for a little bit of time and there's so much I want to share with you, but I've got some more. There's another video after this that you really want to pay attention to. It's going to teach you how to take this to the next level and how we can actually support you doing that. And I think that's crucial when you think about it. But one of the things that I want to make sure you understand is what are some of the automated tools out there that, could help you. And so I want you to think about this. You can absolutely start engaging with what's known as autoresponders. AWeber, Constant Contact, you've heard me talk about it. This is really part of the relationship building, the follow-up. And here's the reality. You need to understand follow-up. There is so much power in the ability to follow up with leads right now than not at all. You will eliminate a lot of your competition when you start growing and scaling and identifying, I need systems and tools in place that will help me automate my follow-up, like autoresponders. Websites. I get this question all the time. They say, Zach, do I need to get a website right now? No, you don't. Is it valuable? Yes, it is. It absolutely is. As you start to do more marketing and you start to create more of a wider message about your company buying houses, you will need a website, some type of credibility that says that people can go to and see about you, people that you've helped, the services that you offer, how you close, who you are as a company. That is credibility. That's where the website comes in when you start creating that big message. On the other side is lead software. So when we start to grow or scale any company, we have to understand that the more marketing we do, the more leads we generate. Okay. Now, are there free ways? Of course there are. There's absolutely outbound dialing. There's a lot of different free ways to get leads. But when you scale, you're going to need more leads, which means you're going to need some type of lead software that's going to pull leads for you. Something that's going to be able to aggregate leads on the web, like Craigslist, Backpage, Kijiji, all these hot pads, must sell, need to sell sites, so that you don't spend a lot of time just chasing those sites down on a regular basis, but a technology that can plug into those and pull those leads for you. That's to help you systemize your business, maintain control, and allow you to spend your time on what's most valuable in your business. And you need some type of analyzer software that's going to run numbers for you on a consistent basis. Now, in the beginning, listen, I get it. You need to learn how to do it. You need to be able to be very proficient in how to run your numbers. And listen, this is where like mentoring comes in, because in the beginning, you may be very nervous, or you might be scared to go out and try to do this because you don't have the confidence that you're running your numbers correctly. Well, this is where support and someone that has the knowledge can come in and help you create that process. Just like I was working with one of my students today on a multi-unit. He had ran his numbers and they just weren't right. And so I had to step in and rerun his numbers and show him what he was doing. And the reality is he thought he had a great deal. And the reality is he did not have a great deal. So he was going to buy it, and he would end up losing $20,000 a month on that multi-unit. And I was glad that I could step in and show him the real numbers so that he didn't move forward. Took a live call on my Facebook live feed the other day of a lady wanting to buy a house for a rental property. And I was thankful that we took her call live in front of thousands of people watching the feed, because I was able to break those numbers down for her and show her, look, you're going to lose $200 a month if you buy that property. But it had enough equity in it that the strategy would be for her to fix it and sell it. And so that was another great fix. So you got to learn your numbers, and then you can start integrating, softwares, extended spreadsheets that help you determine if you have a deal or not. Okay. And then business platforms. This is definitely for next level stuff. Okay. Because when you have a business platform, also known as a CRM, client relationship management platform, it helps you manage the entire workflow. It helps you manage all your leads in the different buckets, from foreclosures to probates to inherited to out of state. It helps you manage all that. But don't think, I've got to have all this to get started. No, you just need the right support. You need somebody to help you identify where you are and where you want to go. And then what are the things that we need to do to get you there as fast as possible? Because your first goal is to do your first deal. Now, if you're somebody that's watching this right now and you're like, well, Zach, I'm already doing 10 deals a year. Well, then, yeah, we need to integrate some of this stuff to get you there faster. Just like an offering software. One of the biggest tools that I've ever used in my business is some form of offering software that allows me to submit offers at such a fast rate that my competition in the open market just can't do it. And so that's something that helps you scale a lot faster in your business. Okay. So listen, I want to spend more time with you. I really want to help you get to that next level. So let's talk about getting the right help. Okay. Because this is a big one. Tools of the trade. You want to go with someone that helps you identify where you need to be. Okay. you want to go with someone that's going to not only be able to explain these types of tools, but you want to go with what someone refers to you. See, a referral from some type of tool allows you to know that it's being used and it's working correctly. Look at where your business is now and where it could be if you was to integrate some of these tools, okay? The process in your business. Model a successful company like ours. I mean, I've been in this 16 years. I've been in the highs, the lows, and then the highs, and I'm still here doing real estate. Get help. That's the key here. Get help to create your step-by-step, because when you can get help from a seasoned investor like myself and my team and a seasoned company like our company, you're now going to be moving in the right direction because they've seen what you haven't seen, they've done what you haven't done, or they've created what you're trying to create. Find the right mentor to help you like me. That's why they call me the real estate coach, because I can help you if you acknowledge that you need the help, okay? So how do we help students just like you, right? Like, what's the big thing that we do? Well, we're not just am I a real estate investor, but I'm also an educator. I'm also a company that helps students like yourself either get started to your first deal or get to that next level, and that's what's crucial. So we have a few things that we look for. So we look for when we're looking at students, we look at your needs first, okay? So what is it that you're trying to achieve? You might want to just do one deal a month, and that could be where you are. You might just say, Zach, look, if I can just get started doing one deal a month, that would be great. You might want 3 deals a month. Everybody comes from a different walk or a different level of success, or, you might have been started for the last 2 years and not gotten where you want to be, or you might literally just be starting right now. You just might want help with systems also. You might just say, look, I just need somebody to help me get my systems together, my platforms, my tools, so that I can step out of the business and allow myself to focus on what's really working to grow my company. So we look at what tier you're in right now, or what tier you're trying to accomplish right now. Because see, here's where a lot of mistakes happen along the way. Is some people say, I want to do this tier, but what they don't understand is the tier they're trying to do to get started may not even work in the market they're in. And so they go at it like trying to put a square in a round hole, and they get frustrated. So are you in tier 1? Or are you in tier 4? Or are you starting in tier 1 and should you be in tier 4? Or are you trying to start in tier 4, but you need to be in tier 1? These are the things that, as any good mentor or consulting company needs to identify with you as a student or a client. We show you ways to get to the tier you want to be in, and we identify why you need to be starting in which tier for the best results for you to get to where you want to be. So we want to understand what you want. That's a crucial thing. So we have to look at a few small factors, like, what is it that you want? If you came to me and said, Zach, I want $1 million in the next 90 days, I'd probably laugh at you. But it's really about what is it you want, not the money. But most of the time when we dig past the money, it's the lifestyle that you're trying to achieve. And how can we get you to that lifestyle? Through a support program, through any type of mentoring. From there, we can help you build a plan once we know what you want and create action items to get you there. See, that's the key. Handing you a plan is useless unless we can say, here's the plan and here's the steps to get you there. Here's phase 1, here's phase 2, and here's phase 3 to help you reach the goals you want and the amount of time that we have to work with you. We want to know how much income that you're trying to create. You understand? Like, some people come to us and they say, Zach, I have a great job and I don't want to leave it. But if I could create an extra $2,000 a month on the side, then I'm happy. Well, that's a goal. So that's what we want to do. Some people come to us and, they'll say, well, look, I need $50,000 a year, or I need $100,000 a year. Well, that's a measurable goal that we can set action items based on your situation, based on your resources. How quickly can we get you to that financial goal? Okay. Can we get you there in 4 months? Can we get you there in 6 months? Or was it going to take a 12-month, support program to get you there? The plan is put together per student because everyone comes from a different walk of life. Everyone has a different knowledge base, and everyone has different resources available to them. It really depends on what you want and what you're working with, which helps us identify how quickly we can get you to where you want to be. I'll share a quote with you from Henry Ford, and I love this quote, and here's what it says. The competitor to be afraid is one who never bothers about you at all, but goes on making his own business better all the time. He is investing in himself. Now, that's a quote for you. See, the best thing I could share with you right here today is by investing in yourself and focused on what you're trying to achieve and how quickly can you get there, and not what everyone else has done or how quick they've gotten there, but what is it that you're doing and what are you putting in place for a plan of action and investing in yourself to get there. That's a great one. So the other thing I want to talk to you about is let's break down why 80% of investors fail. Okay, this is just reality, right, in this business. And so how does 80% of people, investors, fail? Well, it's a lot of things. One, they don't create momentum. Not only do they not create momentum, they don't keep consistent doing the action items daily to reach that goal. Okay, that's a huge one. The other side of the factor is they don't get help, because at the end of the day, you only know as much as you know. So if you don't have anybody to talk to, you'll never grow. And the problem with that is 80% of the businesses that fail in the first 3 years is because they don't get help. So they get stuck and they can't move forward. Now, why do 20% exceed? Because those 20% understand that they can only get so far alone, and they realize that, look, if I'm going to grow, I've got to get somebody on my team that can get me there. So what should you be doing first? Well, here's the thing. There's 7 key things that you must be doing, okay, to help your business grow, to set the foundation for your business. And those key factors have a lot to do with, are you understanding market segmentation? Are you understanding marketing? Are you understanding communication? Are you understanding research and analyzing? Are you understanding negotiations and converting? So how can you get that? You have to understand the power of support to get you clear on those 7 key factors of your lead intake business flow. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I want to take you to that next level. I want to give you an opportunity to help you get where you need to be. So what do you need to be doing next right now? You need to register for my webinar that's coming up on how to take your business to the next level. You need to get ready for the training. That's very important. So how do you get ready for that training? You need to make sure that you've watched video 1, video 2, and that you've consumed all of this. And this webinar, this training I'm doing for free for you, is going to show you how to go from 1 deal to 4 deals a month, how to really take that business to the next level, how to automate and outsource your growth so that you can focus on the business, and the power of partnerships and the power of support, and how to access advanced training. Because here's why. If you're saying, I just want to do 1 deal, that's great. I want to help you do 1 deal. But when you do 1 deal, and then you do 2 deals, and then you do 3 deals, you need to be thinking about, how do I go to the next level? So that's the advanced training. And how to have an accountability partner in your business. It's one thing to be going at it alone. It's another thing when you have the power of someone else connecting with you to keeping you accountable, and how to create a step-by-step process for your business. That's crucial. So you need to get registered for my webinar right now. So register while seats are still available for this live webinar. You should see a link on this page. Click on that link, get registered. I'm excited. The training is going to probably be about an hour long. It's going to be full of content, full of actionable items for you to take advantage of right now. This is free mentoring, okay? I'm doing a training where I'm doing it for free for you, where I'm going to mentor you for an hour on what you need to be doing and thinking about so that you can get to that next level in your business and to take action right now in your life. Guys, get registered for this webinar. Seats are limited. I want you on it. I want you to engage, and I want you to get empowered by that next level training. So I'm going to see you on that training. Remember, it's free for you, but you have to register right now, okay? This is Zack Childress, your real estate coach, and I'll see you on that training. Bye now.